Alrighty, we're back with another episode. Thank you for joining in. Those who are watching, Sen and Danny, thank you for hosting. We're going to be working on some editing today and all kinds of fun stuff like that. I'm actually going to open up After Effects right now. But while that's opening up, I wanted to chat with y'all about Cayer Tripods. I've been meaning to talk about these for a couple days now. There's some questions that I've gotten about like how well they like if they have what is that, bounce back or whatever it's called, when you turn your pan motion and then stop. Sometimes they ease back a little bit, and that's no good. No one likes that. So we're going to check out through the eyes of the FS5 right here. We're going to be looking at what those are like on all these different tripods. They have a couple of them, and honestly, the company has been great to me. I bought one of their tripods, and since then they've been looking for reviews and looking for like feedback from me, which I love. You know, I love going nerdy about gear stuff. So yeah, it's been cool to check out these tripods. They have 1, 2, 3 that we have right here. I have 2 others. Those are in my vehicle, but these have become my go-to tripods, and honestly, they're really, really good quality for the price. Like, they have a lot of really good professional features that I wouldn't expect to find on tripods of that, on like support equipment in general of that price point. So they get great bags. How's it going, Nate? Thanks for the comments there. He's on Facebook if you're watching on Facebook. By the way, we're also streaming on YouTube and Twitch. If you want to see other content by us, sometimes we stream just on Twitch. So definitely go check that out. But yeah, Nate, we're going to be doing some more edits. We're going to be working on your eyes today. We have all the assets put together. I've got to just kind of go through and do the same steps that I went through on the first one. It's all from this tutorial on After Effects. I'm going to send you guys that link when we're chatting as well. So hey, you know what? If you want to follow along, you can do so. But yeah, we're gonna take a look at these tripods. I've got them linked in through the Blackmagic A10 Mini here. It's a little switcher where we can switch between channels, and you're gonna see the cool little like built-in transition effects and whatnot from that. But you'll also get to see the view from this camera. This is a Sony FS5. Oh Jesus! All right, knocking stuff around. Sweet, yeah, Nate, I'm excited to show you. You'll have to give me some feedback because I'll be busy looking through the camera here. But we're gonna be working with the FS5 here. This is a super 35 millimeter cinema camera. It's like a little mini one. The FS7 is the big brother, but it gets it has a nice large sensor on there. So it gets like really, really high quality imagery. Shoots in 10-bit 422, so you're getting like really nice color. And we'll pop that on in a second. I might have to adjust some settings. I haven't really set up the camera yet. I just threw that lens on so we can see the capabilities of the pan and the tilt and see all those minor details. The lens that's on here is a Sigma 56 millimeter. So it's like a normal prime is what that's called. Around 50 millimeters is about what the human eye sees. So it's giving you an idea of more normal, like what people will look like normally to a human eye. When you go wider than that, they start to distort a little bit. When you go tighter than that, they get compressed. So it's going to be more like the human eye, but also it's not stabilized at all. There's no internal stabilizer in this camera, so we're going to be able to see every tiny little minor detail of, you know, what's bumping around in here. All right, so let's find something to look at. I got to keep my microphone within earshot here too. But we're gonna switch over to this camera in just a second. I'm gonna get it all booted up for us, and we're gonna turn this on and flip the screen over. Basically, gonna use it like a giant selfie cam. So Ashley might even be able to help me out. Ashley's in the background working on sending us out to different streams. She's being fantastic help right now. Thank you, Ashley.
No problem.
Check us out on Twitch, by the way. Sometimes we do games together. We have a couple microphones so we can all play video games together. But yeah, okay. So we're gonna move this and maybe Ashley could operate camera for a second here. But let's switch over to our other camera. So this is the what the Sony FS5 is seeing right now. This is over my shoulder, right here. I'm gonna move closer to that. Maybe Ashley, would you mind popping down here? I'll flip the screen around so you can see what's on here.
Okay. What do we need?
Alrighty. So if you let's focus that a little bit. If you sit here. There we go. Now you can see me on screen. You might have to pull focus just a little bit.
Where?
On the lens there.
Pull?
We go. And go the other direction.
No, you're getting blurry.
Oh, okay. Bring it back. There we go. Okay, that's good. Okay, so this is on the AF2. What is it?
Monopod?
Oh no, it's a CF34DV. This is a carbon fiber monopod that Cayer makes. Hopefully you can hear me. I think your chair might be hitting the microphone a little bit there. It's right behind you. Careful. All right. So this, if you just pan it back and forth a little bit, I want to see how smooth that thing moves. So this is on a monopod. Hopefully you can hear me in the background there, but it's going to be sort of handheld look. You only have a single pole holding it up. I'll be able to show you that in a second. You kind of saw it in a few seconds ago, but you can still move relatively smoothly with just this one thing. Ashley's currently operating it with one hand on the handle. That's it. And this is a relatively heavy camera. It's about an 8-pound load right now, so it's going to be more than your DSLR, anything like that. But Ashley hasn't necessarily used tripods or cameras like this a whole lot. It's not like a practice thing, so you can see how someone who's just hopping on and getting to know it can get to know it pretty easily. There's a little dial on your side on the bottom, or up. Sorry, up. Yeah, right there. If you turn that one, that'll loosen the head a little bit. And then, I want to see if you move it and let it go. I want to see if it shifts at all. There we go, and just.
Stays pretty static.
Okay, so this is a feature that I wanted to talk about. Hopefully you can hear me from here. These tripods, they have almost no bounce back. Like when you move them, they're gonna stay right there as long as you don't have it fully cranked down. Like if you're putting a lot of drag on it, it'll pop back a touch, but otherwise it's gonna look great. Thank you for operating there, Ashley.
No problem.
Alrighty, so hopefully you heard some of that. Basically, this monopod is very, very lightweight. It's got these feet down at the bottom. I'll kind of pop these up so you can see. I'm gonna take this out because we don't need it right now, and we'll tighten that just so we know our camera is not going to go anywhere. Beautiful. Alrighty. So the feet on the bottom you can see. Keep this kind of stable even when it's just by itself. So you can put this thing down. You can drop it on the ground and it'll stick right there. It'll be relatively stable. It has a little adjuster here too, so you can articulate it a little bit. Like if you want to be able to move the camera like this back and forth, then you're going to be able to get some great motion by just having the bottom part a little bit unlocked. It's got this little ball mount on the bottom, and you can get some great shots that way. I use this for a lot of run and gun situations where I'm shooting news or something where I don't know the conditions that I'm going to be in. I don't necessarily know okay, I'm going to have time to set up a tripod and my jib and all this fancy crap. Instead, I'm going to have to run around with one camera and just sort of adapt to circumstances as best I can. And this thing does a great job with that. It's perfect for that kind of condition. And sometimes if you need a little bit more stability, you can get away with with this other monopod, and it's actually a tripod as well. So I'm going to show you the I think it's the AF2451. You can find all of these on Amazon.com. I'm going to throw some links in the descriptions of these videos because you know, Amazon affiliates is a thing, and I would love it if you got it through those links. Doesn't cost you anything, but it does help me out a little bit. And every time you help me out, helps out this channel, helps us get some more gear and get some cool information your way. So I'm gonna grab that tripod really quick. It's right here. Yeah, so this is the AF2451. You can see it right on the side here, right there. So these little tripods all have the same mount on them, which is nice. So watch, we're gonna drop. I'm just gonna drop one leg of this down for now. So right here, you can see that it's got the same exact head as our monopod right here. It's got this little. This is the I think it's the H4. Yeah, this is the H4, which is their smaller head. It takes a little bit of a lighter load, but at the same time, it's going to be able to fit the same stuff on the Manfrotto universal base plate. My base plate's a little sticky. I got some fake blood on it. So here we go, and let's get this in focus too. Alrighty. Yep. Come on, focus. There we go. Okay. So, all right, we've got this thing on this little this tripod. Sorry. So it's got a center column that you can raise and lower. This one is aluminum. I believe you can get it in the carbon fiber version. I like the aluminum for the weight that it adds to it. So having like a smaller tripod with a little bit of a heavier weight gives you better stability in certain situations, especially with these bigger Super 35 cameras. Not all Super 35 cameras are big. I should say like a cinema camera or like a camcorder like this. I wanted to show it to you with this one on here just so that you had an idea of yeah, Kevin, how's it going? You did catch the live gig. Thanks for subscribing earlier too. Kevin's one of our buddies. He does armor and weapons and makes all kinds of medieval stuff, and it's awesome. And we're gonna be doing a lot of work with him soon. I've been kind of talking him up lately, but we're gonna actually do that. All right, so this AF2451, it's got a nice center column design. It's really well set up, and it's got this cool feature where you can bring this all the way up. There's a little tiny like a screw out plug on the bottom. I'm not doing this in the right order. Typically you do that part first, but yeah, okay. So you unscrew this thing. Lots of nice threads on there. It's like precision aluminum, you know, so it's all like slides really nice. So you take this center column straight out, right? And then I did this in the wrong order as well. You're supposed to take this leg off first. One of the legs unscrews from this thing. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to show you that. All right, so this leg, this is the main leg that has the actual pad on it. You just unscrew it counterclockwise. And now you've got the bottom to, let's get it threaded on. It's there we go. Alrighty. Boom. And now you've got a monopod. So this thing, it doesn't have the feet, obviously. I think that you could attach the feet to the bottom, if I'm not mistaken. It'd be a little weird in the tripod configuration, but Cayer does have a lot of like interchangeable stuff like that, which is great. So the other interesting feature about this tripod is, well, tripod monopod combo. You have the nice flip locks on the legs and all that stuff, but this is my favorite piece, is you actually have a ball mount. So this little joint, here we go. I'm gonna focus this in just a little bit tighter so you can see this better. This little joint right here, where it moves around, and then you can lock it down. There's a little bubble level right there. This is key. Like, having this on a tripod is fantastic, Shirazol, thank you for watching. Appreciate you chiming in. We're talking tripods right now. We're gonna be working on Premiere Pro and After Effects afterwards. We're gonna be doing the Witcher special effect with the eyeballs. Excuse me, too much coffee. Yeah, we're gonna be doing the Witcher special effect with the eyeballs. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Hopefully you join us for that too. But yeah, we're talking about these sweet little ball mounts in here. These tripods are like $100-$150. They're between the $100 to $200 range, and honestly, they're just the best thing for the money. I've been using Cayer Tripods for a while now, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's not like a sponsorship thing or anything like that. They do want me to like, hey, give us reviews and let us know about the product, but they haven't been like, hey, you need to say this or you need to say that. Like, they've been really good about just letting me do what I want to do when it comes to talking about these. So this is the AF2451. You can find it on Amazon. It's made by Cayer. These are tripods that are made in China, but they are fantastic products. Like, this company's really stepped it up with some great designs, and I think they've taken a couple of hints from companies like Manfrotto and like bigger companies like that. But yeah, you can see just how easy this thing is to put back together. It all just slides back into place. You can lock it down real easy. And then you have this bottom hanger, which is actually, this spike pops out so that you can add sandbags to the bottom of your tripod and weigh it down real heavy. So when it comes to light tripods that are easy to, yeah, tight. Okay, cool. When it comes to, Shirazol, just saw your message. Hopefully we'll see you in the chats later. Here we are. So when it comes to low cost but high quality tripods, this is like the range that you want to be sitting in. Let's get this focus right. All right. So this is like the range that you want to be in because it has enough features to kind of upgrade easily. Like, you just add a sandbag to this and all of a sudden it's like a heavy duty tripod. Adding that extra weight is going to make it more stable of a base. But then you can do all kinds of other things with this. You can undersling it, like this is with it sitting on top, but you can flip these legs completely around. You open up this little mechanism here. They can go all the way up. So yeah, Cayer Tripods. Check them out. I have one more to show you, and then we'll move on to some After Effects stuff. Stephanie, hey, thanks. My aunt's watching the stream. That's awesome. It's good to see you. We're talking tripods right now. So we just showed off a monopod. This thing stands up by itself, real sweet. It also gets super tall. I should show you this. So that's like 7 feet tall or something like that. No, that's not 7 feet tall. I would be really tall if that was 7 feet tall. What, 6 feet?
Yeah. You're what?
I'm like 5'8".
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably about 6 feet.
All right, so almost a 6 foot tripod. Not bad. Anyway, let's get this thing back down. So that's the which model is this? This is CF34. This is the aluminum monopod, or no. This is the carbon fiber tripod or monopod. You can get these on Amazon. They're great quality for any kinds of run and gun situations you want to do. Then there's the AF2451, which is the monopod tripod combo. You can do both. And then I'm going to show you the last one, which is much more heavy duty. This is for big cameras. You can use it as a base for all kinds of stuff. We'll chat. All right. So this is the newest one right here. This is the new boy. Let's turn this up just a little bit. Okay, that's good. So You know what? I haven't taken this out of the bag yet. I just realized that. I have not taken this thing out. So this is going to be like an unboxing of this thing. It's a, let's see if I can find the name on it before I pull it completely out. No, I'm going to have to pull it completely out. But anyway, we're going to see what this is together. They just sent me this. Wow. Ooh. It smells so fresh. Okay. They typically have a name on the outside. Ooh, it's got the flip locks. All right, so this is the BF10L. Big freaking 10-liter tripod. So this thing, it's a lot more sturdy. Let's move this back a little bit. All right, so this thing is much more sturdy. Yeah, new toys, exactly, Kevin. Kevin is an actor in a lot of our short films here at Full Coverage Media Group. He's been doing a lot of cool stuff here, and we're grateful to have you as part of our team, man. You've been doing really cool stuff. Go check out the YouTube channel. He's got the lead role in the Wanderer short film that we put together. I just turned up my lights a little bit so you can see a little better when I pop this thing up. But yeah, he does some great stuff for us. We're gonna be doing a lot more work soon. Ooh, this thing is heavy duty. Okay, wow. Alrighty. This handle just like locks down super tight. All right, so flip locks on the legs. I love those because you move the thing up, boom, boom, and you're done. It's really easy to like close up flip locks, whereas the other ones are like screw locks. The older versions of their tripods are really, really solid, but they're not quite as solid as this. All right, so first features. We have this little post on the bottom. It's the same thing as our monopod. It gives us that bowl head so that we can move this on, off-center terrain. So you have the ability to adjust the canter and the tilt of your monopod easily here, but then you can also adjust the actual position of the head itself, which is huge. You have a little, let's show you that. There's a little tiny bubble. Yeah, bubble level right there. That's what I was trying to say. Those words sometimes escape me. This thing's pretty cool because this extends now. So if you just want a short little handle, you've got this tiny little thing. Or you can pull it out and double its length, which is fantastic. There's a lot of situations where I'm shooting and it's like really tight quarters, like we're just kind of stuck in a corner somewhere. Let's move this. We're just kind of stuck in a corner, like a small cafe, and it's never fun to have like one of these just sticking into your side, like you're stuck in the wall. Not fun. Alrighty, so we have that. We have our tilt control. This is a fluid dampened head. So it does have snap back on the tilt mechanism, which is good. You don't want to start leaning and then have the weight carry it all the way forward and then crack your lens or something like that. Smack your lens mount around. That's never good. So instead, it's got a little bit of pullback. So it's going to help kind of counterbalance your camera. There you can adjust that tension. Here's the sweet little, these boys. Comes with two of these for every single one. So you get a backup, you get the 1/4 inch and the 3/8 inch mount right off the bat, and it comes with a gasket that's built into the bottom. Like even the quick release plates are like really good, honestly. I'm always losing these little pieces on my other ones because I don't have a gasket to hold that part in. So like they literally just fall out like that. But these things, like I have cameras that have 1/4 inch and 3/8, so you can mount both of those on there. Like it gives you a lot of options and right out of the bag. There's another one right in here. Yeah. You get another one right in the bag, and you get a is that an Allen key? No. Okay, just another plate in the bag, but still, that's awesome. Oh yeah, and it comes with a set of Allen keys where you get 2 of the same size. So you get one and a backup, and then you get a smaller one to go with the actual tripod for like adjusting things. And those can just live in here. They come in little plastic bags. It's great. Fantastic. All right, so let's take a look at this quick. So you're going to be looking at like just the wall, which is going to be a little weird, but at the same time, I'm going to be able to kind of show you what I'm talking about here. Actually, you know what? I'll use the microphone. There's a microphone on a background of pillows, so you'll be able to see it really easily. And again, all these camera mounts, they're interchangeable, which is great. This one's nice and fresh, so it's not even sticky for my thing yet. All right, beautiful. Don't take that out of context. Here we go. All right, so we're going to lower this thing down, and I'm going to show you the snapback that it has and all that stuff. I had someone ask me in the YouTube comments section or something like that. I forget where it was, but they were asking about specifically snapback on these because a lot of tripods in this range, you'll go to move your camera and it'll go boing when you let go. Like it'll actually pull itself back, and it's like that's not okay. Let's get this boy hooked up. Alrighty. Do. Yep, that's the okay. I believe that's in. It doesn't feel completely secure here. Always check your connections, people. All right. Oh, okay, we're good. We're good. You know, this thing's just kind of popping out. We're gonna go like this. Always route your cables safely. You don't want these things popping out in the middle of a broadcast or anything like that. This is the lovely people over at PBS39 taught me how to do this stuff. If you're ever looking to get into the broadcast field, film, television, anything like that, they're a great place to find an internship, to find part-time jobs, find freelance work. Definitely get in touch with them if that's something that you're interested in. Alrighty. So I'm going to try and minimize the effect from that cable as much as possible. Alrighty. So let's, I'm going to get my camera settings a little bit better here. Let's go. Nice and wide open. There goes Ashley. Bye, Ashley. All right. I'm going to switch over to that other camera, and you will see what we're seeing. Kevin, of course you took that out of context. Good God. All right. So here is one of our MXL 990 mics. We use these for the FCMG podcast, which, oh man, actually I should talk about that really quick. I'm gonna pop back and I'm gonna apologize. Okay, FCMG podcast is coming back. It's supposed to come back on last Friday. It's coming out this coming Friday. You'll see it then. Anyway, I apologize. Justin Mitchell's coming up next, and then we have Jared Waltzer. He came out and he talked to us, and that was fantastic. I really can't wait to show you these, but I've just been so busy with other editing projects that I haven't been able to get these done. So, back to the task at hand. We're going to check the snapback on these cameras. Tripods. All right, so we're on our shot here. We have our tripod. This is obviously a little bit more of a heavy-duty tripod, so if I shake the camera or anything like that, you get less flopping around. This lens doesn't have any sort of stabilization, so you're gonna see every tiny little bump and movement like that. But when it comes to snapping back, like we can move this thing, stop it, and it's just gonna sit there. Like it's not gonna move at all. I'm not sure why other brands seem to have a problem with this, but Cayer has it figured out. Like they have like a really, really minimal snapback on their pan axes, and I can't get over it. Like I really, really love how perfect it is. So we're gonna zoom in a little bit on this lens. This is a prime lens, but because Sony has this great feature called center scan zoom or something like that. I forget what it is. Basically, it turns your primes into zoom lenses, which I certainly love. So we're gonna get even more detail here, like where you're gonna see every tiny little motion that I make. But see, like here's me shaking the tripod a little bit. It's obvious, but no snapback, nothing. Beautiful. I love it. It's so good. Yeah, honestly, couldn't tell you another brand that I've enjoyed more. I haven't used like a ton of them, but I've used like Sattler tripods. I've used Manfrotto heads. I've used what was that company? Ben. Oh man, I completely forget what they were called. But there were a lot of other brands that had tripods out there for a while, and I've used several of them. None of them have impressed me like this. It's just lovely company to work with. All right. So you've been patient. Whoa, as I knock over my water. Been very patient. Let's do this. Let's turn this down a touch. Catch my focus again. Okay, I think we're on there. Lower this a little bit. There we go. Got to make sure that I've got everything working. I can turn down my boink. Oh, nope, that's all the way down. There we go. 10%. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to get into working on that Witcher video. So I've been working on the special effects. If you want to see the special effects all laced in and all that stuff, you're going to have to wait till a little bit later. I'm going to show you that stuff when it's all done, when it's all put together. We're going to go through the music video as like one full watch. I'm going to pre-render the thing. We're going to sit here and chat beforehand. And then we're going to get you watching that thing. You're going to be the first people to see this video before it comes out on the 14th. And yeah, it's looking pretty intense so far. So let's get into our in-game view here. Bada bing. All right, beautiful. So we're in After Effects right now. This is all of the individual files have been pulled out. I'm going to move this over a little bit. Whew. Yeah, okay. So each edited shot is represented here. So we have each little one that we're going to be doing some replacements on. We already have them tracked in. Here's Nate's. And you can see him right there. So we're going to be tracking that eye motion right through there. Currently, there's a little asset sitting right there. That's not a smudge on my screen. Don't worry about that. Let's move this over. Bada bing. All right. Need some water. Oh, Kevin, I can't wait to show you. Kevin's chatting in. He's saying he can't wait to see it. Oh, yeah, you can see it on the side of the screen right there. Right up top. Isn't that lovely? If you join us on Facebook, on Twitter, or no, Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, you'll be able to comment in the comment section and chat in. You can ask us anything. Well, I'm talking like Gollum here. You can ask me anything about what I'm working on, about photo, video stuff. Feel free. This is an AMA stream. Ooh, look at that effect. Okay, so my problem so far. Yes, it's a giant liter glass of vodka. All right, so hey, King Studios is here. What's good, guys? All right, so we've got our eyes tracked. This is the first one that I actually have the effect on, but I need to do some tweaking before it's finalized. All right, so we have our change. You can even see there's a little bit of reflection from the trees in there. Like there's serious detail in those eyes. I left them a little bit more red in the in the shadows there. Show you what it looks like. Boom. Woof. Not bad. But our shot's like this. So we're not going to see all that detail. It just sort of looks like his eyes go whoop. And I want to make it more tendril-like. So we're going to go through our layers here a little bit. I'm going to explain what they are. But yeah, basically what we did, I'll turn these off and you'll see the different parts coming off of them. All right, so that's basically it. Like we have our right fill, which fills everything in black. I'll even get that eye up closer. All right, so we got our black fill. Fills up our red eye. And then we have a little specular highlight, which pops in. That's tracked directly to... Hey, Ashley's even chiming in. This is great. We got everyone chatting on here. It's a lovely little community. It warms my heart. So we got the little specular highlight, which follows that path of the specular in the eye, because it's a really high contrast point. That's going to be easy to track, and that's an important detail. Without that little tiny light, like, the eyes don't look alive. They don't look human. It makes a weird impression on people not to have that in there. All right, so we're gonna have our reflection. That adds that in, dull in the background because it was kind of a foggy day. That stays off, and then we're gonna do adjustment layer. So that just changes the color to match the shadows of this image, because it's a little more red, obviously. The hard part is with this adjustment layer, I had to actually track the shape. So here, we'll bring it back a little bit and you'll see what I mean. There we go. So as the eye effect grows, I had to build that adjustment layer onto it. And I think that if I were to edit it a little bit differently, like do something, link them differently somehow, I think it would be fine. But basically we're not going to be able to use those right now. I'm going to have to go back and fix all that, not the tracking, but we're going to have to fix the edge over here. Yeah. Those of you watching the chat, Ashley's going to be popping back in. She's been helping me do this rehost to other channels. So I'm not sure if any of you know how Twitch works. But if you're on Twitch, go submit us for rehosts or whatever. I don't know if that's a thing that you can do, but that would be really cool. We already have Senna Danny that's been doing that for us, and dude, you're a godsend. It's awesome. I always like watching your channel and hearing you sit there and chat for a little bit. Go check him out if you can. Go into those people that have commented on this chat and follow them as well, because they're all lovely. We're gonna be doing some more channel stuff together. All right, let's get working on this. I gotta drink some more water, maybe some more coffee. But we got to fix this. Okay, so I'm going to mute the reflection. We're just going to look at this eye so far. All right, specular, we don't need to worry about that. We're going to go to right fill, and we're going to look at our effects here. Echo, I think, is the one that is screwing it up. We're going to go with 1. And we're going to see how that changes things. See, it's just way too round. And I want to fix that. Whoop, whoop. Okay. There we go. You know what? I don't think it's the echoes. Let's mess with rough and edges a little bit. Echo obviously has an effect on it, but we're going to mess with the complexity a little bit. See what that does. Move that up to 7. Nope, still nothing. Maybe it is the echoes. So I'm just trying to get some sharper edges along here. Like if I can get some more jagged looking. Oh, that looks pretty cool. It's cool seeing people chat in the comments. All right, so we're gonna adjust this border. Border affects the complexity of the edge, and we're trying to obviously roughen that up a little bit more, as it says right up here. But I'm just trying to get like a different look to that. So we're gonna go to, let's bring it to like 5 complexity. It gives us some more jaggies. That's kind of cool. All right, so that's going to render out for us. Let's see what it looks like in a second. All right. Let that render out just a touch. Yeah, it's obviously not real time because I'm streaming and doing After Effects at the same time, which is a little bit brutal on a computer. All right, but this is going to play in a second. It's just going to get finalized here. All right, so let's see that. Woof. I kind of like that more. Like it shows more coming in from the edges. It's a little bit more jagged than what it was before, but I also need to slow this effect down. That's another one of my problems, is that it's not going slow enough. It needs to be more of like a breathing kind of effect, like it fills them up, you know. So we're gonna adjust that a little bit. We're gonna move that out as much as we can, and let's see what happens now. There, it's starting to fill. I think that's a little bit better. We have this set to ease, so it's yeah, I think that's probably going to be a little bit better. So we're just going to take up that space with the ease. I could push that even farther forward. Let's try that. That looks pretty cool. There we go. Revolutionary games. I'm trying to like follow along in the chat now. There's too many people chatting along. It's awesome. It's great to have activity in here. Here we go. All right, so I think that's a lot better of an arc. Like it's gonna take a little bit longer, but at the same time, we're gonna get. I just think it's gonna be a more pronounced effect. Like having that space and that time. I put the question out to my FCMG preview crew, which is a private group. If you're interested in film stuff, go follow us on Facebook. Send me a message, and if you want to join up, like sure, you'll get like behind the scenes stuff like this, like even more than what you're seeing here. You'll get like screenshots of what I'm working on, all kinds of things like that to ask your opinion on Viva La Bam quotes. Good God. Okay. Bringing it back. Beautiful. Good old Bam. He's local around here. All right, so that's kind of the effect that we're going for. Let's add that on to the other part. Let's take a look at let's see what it looks like with this. All right, not with the adjustment layer, but let's see what it looks like with the actual. Yeah. It does hold a little long. Let's do one more. I'd like it to start earlier. Yeah. Yeah. That's more like it. That's more like it. Okay. All right. So I got to bring that keyframe beyond the beginning point. Cool. Okay. No, Vito. Not Vito. Good God. Okay. All right. So we're going to put on that adjustment layer. That's going to change our color a little bit. But I'm going to have to adjust the... Actually, let's see what it looks like. It might be fast enough that I could just get away with it. Yeah, honestly, I think that might be that might do it. Okay, so that's good. That means that I can just affect this on the left fill, which is our left eye. Yeah, so in order to do this effect, basically you have to track both eyes individually. You track the left eye, you track the right eye, and then you link null objects, which are it's just like a blank layer, to those, and then you link all of these things to those null objects. So there's a mask around the outside of the eye. You can link to that as a like all these left fill 5. That's what that is. It's just showing the border of that single piece, and I have those turned off because they would just turn the entire thing black. I just need them for the actual when the eye like changes shape and all that stuff. So we're gonna be doing some of that today, which is called rotoscoping. It's gonna be fun. You're probably gonna hate it, but hey, editors got to edit somehow, you know. All right, so let's get onto this. Left fill. We're gonna adjust the roughen edges a little bit and the echo. Trying to remember if we had echo turned off on the other one. Let's compare our effects here. Okay, echo still on 3.033. But border is up to 80. Okay, so let's get this going. 80. Complexity is 5. I actually turned down the complexity. Interesting. Okay, so let's move this. Let's move this back. Oh, and we might as well pop that up and pop that back. Pip, pop, pop, pop. Move over here. We're using the hand tool. Alrighty. V. Oh. Okay, that's right. I gotta move this back a little bit. Here we go. Okay, V. Let's play it. Let's see what that looks like. All right, so that starts coming in. That's pretty cool. I don't really like the shape of how that came in, but we can adjust that. Okay. See how it comes down like sort of like a curtain? Like I want it to come out more so from the center. So let's do this. Let's kind of shore these up a little bit. And then let's adjust evolution. Heap up anonymous. Heap up. Good God. Okay. It's still not looking good. I want it coming up from like the bottom or something like that. Nope. Okay. Still mostly coming from the top. It doesn't look bad, but I just think that it can look better. Never seen Eli's face so much in my life. This is our buddy Eli. He's been helping us out with some acting parts, and he's been doing great. We had him getting just doused with blood in this shoot, and it looks fantastic. He did a really great job sitting through that. Must have been uncomfortable, but you know, it takes a little sacrifice sometimes, you know. All right, so let's do. Let's mess with this a bit. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's do like 8. No. All right, we're gonna go back to 5. what this is at. Yeah, that's at 5. This is at 14 degrees. Maybe it's border that we got to mess with. So Nate's talking about the blood tasting amazing. There's a recipe that I have. You know what? I should do a blood cooking session on this on stream sometime. Basically, blood is a bunch of really tasty ingredients. It's chocolate syrup. There's Caro syrup in there. There's food dye, but it's all edible. So basically, I pride myself on having very tasty blood. Alrighty, so this is starting to work here. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking good. Got everyone commenting how good my blood tastes. I'm not sure how I feel about this right now. Alright. Yeah, that's working out a bit better. Let's take a look at it. So let's see here. Let's take a look in the chat. I'm gonna take your advice, and you tell me if this looks finished to you. It's obviously just like repeating over and over again, but let's see what you think about that. Or maybe you want me to bring it up in the Premiere Pro, you know, so you can see that scene, so it's in context. This is one of the great things about Adobe, actually. Let me know in the comments if you want to see it in Premiere Pro. I'd have to open up the other program, but you'd actually be able to see it with the parts of the music video leading up to it, which might be cool. Get to see a little blood then. Basically, what you can do with these Adobe programs is you're working in Premiere Pro, which is your normal like putting clips together editing suite. It's a non-linear editor. That's what that's called. Then you can take a couple of chunks of, you know, select like 3 or 4 clips and be like, you know what, I want to open these in After Effects. So like it, you know, you would normally have to make a whole new After Effects project. You drop those clips in individually. It would be this whole process. But now they have something called Adobe Dynamic Link. So you can take those clips, select them all, and just right click and open in new After Effects project or something like that. It strings them all into a timeline like this. I just swiped your ears there. Apologize. Puts them all into a timeline like this, so each clip is where it would normally be in your video. And then once you save it out, it's actually going to show up in the original Premiere Pro project, so you can look at that. It's wild. It's wild. All right, so I'm looking in the stream in the chat here. Tasted great. Okay. It looks straight to me. Yeah. All right. So Justin's saying context. Since that's our only response, and no one else is like, all right, just finish the damn thing so we can see the whole thing in one go. Let's get that open. I need to drink some water anyway. My throat's getting a little dry. Okay. But you'll see what I mean with the being able to just switch into another project and it's already there and updated. It's like, oh, it's so nice. It warms my soul. Alrighty, Premiere Pro. Hey, Shirazal, how's it going? We're working on those special effects now. We were talking tripods before, but now we're working on this. Alrighty. Yep, that's just some text that we don't have. Talking about how you can switch back and forth between Adobe After Effects and Premiere Pro through Dynamic Link, which is this little... it lets you basically take like a bunch of clips out of one project, open them up in another editor, and do all your your work there. All right, so apologies for the sudden audio there. Let's do this quick. Okay. All right, so our scene starts around here. There, it's going to be in context. All right, so let's watch this leading up. You know what? I can show you the intro. Yeah, that's what. Well, that might not buffer. All right. I'll put it down to half just because I want this to be able to play through. But let's see what it's like.
This song from when the white wolf fought a silver-tongued devil, his army of elves at his hooves did they revel. They came after with Garrow.
Well, that did skip there, but I think that's gonna look good. Like the time that took. You know what we could do? All right, so this might make my my stream skip a little bit, but I'm gonna render this selection really quick. It should only take a few minutes. If it takes longer than that, I'll cancel it. But I might get a little skippy. Ooh, okay. We got some good questions here. I'll see if I can answer them while we're going. My audio typically plays through, so all right. Okay, so how do you know what to bring to a shoot, or do you bring everything? So that is one of the most difficult parts of that's one of the most difficult parts of I'd say videography, cinematography, any of that stuff, like just operating cameras and producing media, is knowing what to bring and what not to bring. Over time, you start to figure out, like, okay, I've used this item on every shoot so far, so I'm just going to bring it all the time. That's kind of easy, but there's some legwork that you can do beforehand to really get to know, like, what you're going to need. Asking about like whether there's going to be an interview situation where you're going to be sitting down and you have control in the environment to put up lights and things like that, to set up audio. That's going to be a big deal. If it's going to be if it's going to be like a run and gun type situation where you don't necessarily have the time to set up lights, you're obviously going to have to pack light. You're going to have to bring minimal gear with you and be able to run around and do things like set up a monopod and just throw it on the ground. Like, you're going to have to minimize your footprint and make it really easy. So what I typically do is I try and get as much detail as possible from clients, and then I make the decisions. Like, I don't ask them, hey, do you want me to bring this? Because, yeah, of course they want me to bring the gimbal and the big cinema camera and all that stuff. But it might not be valuable to them. Like, it might waste more of their time than actually provide them value. So you have to mitigate, like, what quality they're looking for. Not necessarily that you sacrifice quality for what you're doing. It's just that you don't want to overburden the project. So, like, if someone wants, a 2-minute Instagram video or something like that, or a 60-second Instagram commercial, you don't necessarily have to shoot it in 4K because it's going to be seen on phones. Yeah, it helps if you do. There's all kinds of reasons why that's good, but, like, it's going to take up so much more time. You can't edit it on something like Adobe Rush on your phone. That's a great mobile editing program that, like, if you're putting in 4K, 6K footage, 8K footage, it's just not going to work. Like, you're not going to be able to put enough. You're not going to have enough space on your phone to do that. Your laptop is the same thing. Like, you might not have enough room to do something that vast. So it's all about mitigating, like, what you typically use, what you're most comfortable with, and what the project needs at the time. But yeah, speaking of the project, yep, that's the wrong one. Okay, let's take a look over here. There we go. All right, so this is rendered now. We're going to play this through for a second, and I'm going to, all right, that stream chat just went bonkers. Cool. We're gonna play this. I'm gonna mute myself so you don't hear an echo.
Along came this song. From when the white wolf fought a silver-tongued devil, his army of elves at his hooves did they revel. They came after me. Revel.
Okay, so I think that looks pretty darn good. That's what I was looking for. There's one other detail that I could add that I'm thinking about adding that I haven't tried out yet, that I haven't tested, that I don't really want to try out for the first time here. But I was thinking of like when Geralt in The Witcher, the show, like the Netflix show, when you see him standing there afterwards, he's just killed the guy. He's got the dark eyes. Like, you don't actually see them change at all, I realized. So that effect was just like what we could make up based on tutorials. But actually, let's I'm gonna find that tutorial too while I'm chatting with you. So you see the his eyes are all dark and reflective like that. Like it looks really cool. But then the edges of his cheeks have like dark veins in them. Like there's this kind of stuff on his face that makes it look like there's I think it's the black blood potion. Is like it's one of the Witcher potions that you can take, and I believe that is the explanation for that effect. Where is this video? Here it is. Okay. Nope, we're gonna pause that. I'm just gonna share it with you guys. Let's close that down. Okay, so I'm gonna type this into the chat here. This is the Witcher Eye Effect After Effects tutorial. Check that out. So if you do any type of editing, that's what I used to get to this point. 99% of what I did was in that. But basically, I could track, along with the eyes, like just the motion of the eyes, I could track these little veins into the face. And that's sort of what I'm considering doing, but we're going to go through the rest of these first before we make any decisions. Beautiful. Yeah, the black blood potion makes your blood poisonous to enemies. Oh, that's cool. So this is another thing. I'm always learning new stuff about the Witcher because we're working on this project, and it's been really cool. We've been playing the Witcher game and trying to study up as much as possible. It's totally for science, you know. It's work related. But yeah, we've been having a lot of fun playing those games and learning a lot about this lore. How do I? No, shit. Okay, we're gonna move this above. Okay, so the hard part here is that we have so many layers in this timeline, so it's kind of hard to organize the project. And you know what I say, workflow is everything, bro. That was weird. All right, let's get in here. So we're gonna look at our next effect now. We've got this one pretty much locked down. I like the way that looks. Our next shot is kind of a faraway shot, but yeah, you know what? That's just gonna be a cover. We're not gonna do anything crazy with that. Let's get working on Nate's one. So we do have the run up here as well, but this is a really fast, short little shot. So we'll get that out of the way. Let's move down here. Let's check out Nate's shots. So these are going to be a little bit different because, here we go, fit that. Yeah, no, we're going to be doing some short film stuff with Nate and Kevin and everyone involved. Like it's going to be really cool. I'm excited for these upcoming projects. All right, so here we go. I gotta kill these speculars. There's stuff showing through up here. Okay, we'll kill all those. Beautiful. All right, so hell yeah, robot attack. Oh yeah, you're supposed to see the screen. Thank you for letting me know, Ashley. Sometimes I get a little distracted when I'm talking to you guys. All right, so here, all right, we're looking at Nate's performance now, which is. I love these shots. They're real nice and slow motion. Oh, those are editing right now, or rendering, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so these are all like slow motion shots, and then there's one run up. Do 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 boom, attack. So what I was thinking of doing was using these as the ones where it's a little bit slower, but I do like the way that it looks in Eli's, where it just spreads out, and we can kind of do that same effect with Nate's. So let's get these layers all muted. Okay, so we're gonna be going back and forth a lot here. And I'm gonna need to see just about that much of Nate. Beautiful. Okay, so we still have our specular on there. That back. All right, so this first shot, Nate takes a swig, and I'm thinking, all right, so let's get your opinion on this, folks at home. Nate takes a swig, and then he kind of sits there for a breath. I'm thinking to do the actual effect on the second shot, not even have it on the first one, and then just track it in as cover. So not this shot, put it on that shot. So as he opens his eyes, oh heck yeah, it works for the character, dude. Looks great. That shot. You know what? I almost want to do. Nate just opens his eyes here. I almost just want to do like all right, they're already. His eyes are black when he opens them. I think that'll sell the effect pretty well. And then we won't have to worry about the transition so much. All right, so let's take a look at what we have tracked in already. Okay, let's see here. Different than Eli's transition. Yeah, I think that's the other thing. I think Eli's eye transition really shows off like the change, and I don't think we really need to see that too much with Nate. I might even do the effect where it's like you see the veins on his cheeks. It might work well in this case. I'm not sure. Yeah, no transition. Seeing it once is plenty. Exactly. We don't need to show off this too much. So let's get in here. This is the one that we want to change. All right, so right eye Nate, left eye Nate. We got our speculars. The fills are not, yeah, okay, those aren't tracked. So, oh no, those are the wrong ones. All right, so these, there we go. Those are the eyes. All right, so you can see we're gonna bring our playhead tighter here, so it's just this shot. You can see the tracking data on these. So I have the eyes tracked already, basically you had to go along and just like you'd select the eye, and then you'd have the pupil as the actual track point, something that's nice high contrast, and then you could follow along and get that stuff done. Also, hi Ashley. I saw her somewhere for a second. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm gonna look up, go up to our top ones here. I'm gonna close these down because the grouping here is pretty convoluted. I gotta see if I can do like folders. Hi Ashley.
Hello.
Is it do you know in After Effects if there's a way to group layers into folders?
Usually do it by making a composition. I don't know.
Oh, and having them all be a single part of.
A larger smaller composition.
Yeah. All right. So what I did with these clips is it's all the clips that are getting After Effects done to them right in a row in one composition. So I probably should have.
You can copy and paste them into another composition.
Yeah, but then it's like they're all linked this way in the actual Premiere Pro project too.
Yeah, they'll stay linked because they'll be inside of this composition. You'll make a separate composition with just the eye, and then you'll pull the whole composition in as your folder, quote unquote.
Okay. So let's see.
So you make there's another panel that's not here.
Project?
Yeah, yours might be down. Yeah. You can make another composition with just the right eye.
And then you drop that composition into the place of where it would be in the project. Okay. All right. So I could definitely organize that better. I might just fuck with it like this for now.
I was going to say maybe you do that for your next stream. Because it does take some time to set up as far as...
I might just do it to get it done.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just do it this way for now, but in the future. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I'm going to try to get you hosted some places.
Yay. Thank you. Then afterwards we should, you know what? That might be fun. Okay, so after this whole stream, we might play some Witcher or something. Maybe stream some other games. We could do some speedrunners.
Did you want to take a walk before we do that? Maybe take a break, take a walk outside?
Oh, true. Yeah.
And then we'll come back and play some games?
We could even put it on intermission if we really wanted to keep people.
That's true.
All right. Brandon commented Left 4 Dead 2. When?
I'll work on my projects.
We might end up playing that later today, Brandon. Finally, he's been asking me for like a week to do that. I feel bad. All right, so we're gonna get in here. Who needs the sun? I get all the sun that I need in Dark Souls. Okay, so these. So we gotta track these. Boom. Okay, so these follow along here. Also, let's bring. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we're just gonna need them there. We don't need those tracks any further back. All right. Alrighty. So, speculars. We're down here on Nate. Alright, so specular 9 is going to have to follow along with, I think, left fill. I believe left fill, Nate. Where is this little sucker? Okay, so we're over there. All right, so I got to adjust the placement of this thing. Nope, that's not it. Oh, we're not doing that. That would have taken forever. Let's move over here. And let's try to... Nope. Yes. All right. Still not what I wanted to do, but like, all right, whatever. What the hell just happened there? All right. So we've got this attached to left fill. So that's going to be his left eye. That little specular right there. Move this sort of like that. I think that's sort of the shape. Yeah, that's sort of the shape of the specular there. It needs to be smaller. Like it's a little too big still. Still too bright. Okay, so let's lower the opacity on this. Opacity on here is T. So you can just lower the opacity of the layer until it fits the look that you're going for. Sure. You know what? 25%. That looks good to me. Okay. So we've got one specular there. I believe that is tracked to. No. Okay, so that's where we want it. Now, how do we get it tracked? Okay, left fill. Yeah, this is on CO4. And, right, okay. This goes to left eye, Nate. Yeah, see, there it is. All right, so it just pops in right there, and it's going to track along with his eye. You know what? That spot gets a little bit bigger. So we're going to have to, I'm going to have to do some keyframing there. Beautiful. Okay, so that's tracked along with the eye. This is the parent and link panel. So if you parent it to this null object, which is our left eye, you see it has the tracking on it. That's going to link it right along to that little file. Okay, so go back to our specular. First of all, I want to open this up a little bit more because it's actually bigger. Boom. Okay, that should be good enough. Beautiful. Good to me. Okay, so that tracks there. And then this part, the fill, these are the ones that I'm going to have to do some work on. Okay, so the purpose of the fill, so that, all right, we don't need that specular until there. Close that up. Hey, Streaming Coop, thank you. Appreciate it. Wicked. Thank you, Ashley, for getting us in on these raffles. I appreciate it. All right, so we're currently working on After Effects right now. I'm tracking eye effects for a Witcher video. Feel free to ask me anything about photo, video, media production, stuff like that. I might actually just type that in the chat really quick, so if people come in from the other hosts, then they will see. Okay, so working on After Witcher video. Will stream video related. All right, so there we go. I'm going to pop that in the chat really quick. Make sure everyone knows. Okay, so now we're going to go back. We're going to adjust our other specular really quick. We're going to get that placed into the eye. Alrighty, here we go. It's super hard to select like a tiny little thing like this. Nope. Oh, God, come on. There we go. Okay. That's going to take forever. Alrighty. Get this over here, and then we're going to get it placed and shaped right. Move these all over like that. Alright, but this thing is interesting. This thing is way too bright, so obviously we're going to bring this specular down in opacity. So we're going to go TT. I guess I didn't need to hit T twice, but oh no, we don't want to do that. Okay, mask. We'll delete the mask. Nope. Okay, the mask is supposed to be there. Let's hit T, open up opacity, 25%. That's what we're looking for. And then we're going to get this placed right along there. And we're going to parent it. All right, so we're going to parent this to right eye Nate. And there. Now it's tracking along. Like, I love the functionality there. It's super, super easy. Not overly complex. It's still a little bright, but whatever. I think it looks good for now. All right, so we got our little speculars going. Speculating. Beautiful. All right, I'll adjust the opacity on those later. Let's get this thing fit. Let's do 100. Yeah, whatever. All right, we'll get a little extra zoom in there. Alrighty. So we have those tracked and parented. Now let's get on to the fill. These are the hard ones. So fill doesn't need to pop in until about here. So we're gonna work that left fill first. Alrighty. So what we do here. We need a mask on this guy. All right. So we're going to go mask, new mask. Control-Shift-N is the new mask tool thing there. Let's get this thing put in. It's got, you want to select Roto Bezier when you're working on this. Bezier, as people say it. Ooh, okay. How do you get better without actually practicing? Just never practice, just do all the time. That's how. How do you get better without it? Yeah. When it comes to music, you don't. When it comes to like filming stuff, you don't really just get better without practicing. All right, we'll close those. All right, so this is going to be where Nate's eye is. So we're going to have to skip this forward every few seconds. So that's where it is here. Let's get this open. We're going to have to track it. Mask. All right, this one we can delete. That's not the one that we're working on. Mask path. You got to click that little button or else when you make those movements, it is not going to follow along. Also, we got to track this to left eye. So then it at least follows along. Do you see what I mean? Like it's going to follow the track of the eye. So we're not going to have to move it every time, but we are going to have to adjust the shape. But the nice part with that is we only have to do that like every couple frames because it's going to ease the motion between our frames, and making global changes over a couple of keyframes is going to be a lot better than making little tiny minor changes every single time. Okay, so like this. Let's select a few of them. That eye is just opening up. This one also opening up. And now you'll see between those frames it pinches just at the right rate. All right, so we're going to move here again. Pull these down. This. And we're just going to keep it along this dark line here. So this needs to actually come out more because his eye's opening wider. That stays back there. A little bit more. Pull these down a touch. Okay, so this is called rotoscoping. This is when you have a tracked subject, like you can track like the motion of my big giant shiny head, and then you can parent things to it. You can link things to it so that you know your little mat that you're cutting out or whatever sticks to that. That's really, really handy. It's a huge thing that you got to know how to do if you're doing After Effects with video, especially. Let's get these kind of shored up here. I'm going to move this forward. So look at that. It's like following the eye so well that I barely even need to adjust our border here. It's great. Okay, so that's following along. Let's keep our eye in shot here. Yep. That's still good. Look at Nate with that smooth eye acting. Good Lord, man. I didn't know you could keep your eyes so steady. I almost want to... I might pull this. Yeah, I'm going to pull that back to there. Here we go. Okay. So it opens, pulls open a little bit, and I think that's going to be good for the rest of the sequence. All right, so that holds true just like that. And you can see it's got that close and open motion. Perfect. That's exactly what we need. Nate, brilliant. By the way, this Nate is actually in the chat right now. He's on Facebook chatting with us. So if you send us a message, if you type into the chat bar, if you leave something there, you can even ask him questions. You don't even have to just talk to me because sometimes I'm boring. You can talk to the actors in these things as we're chatting and we're editing this stuff. I think that's pretty cool. Now, I didn't say that Nate's going to answer your questions. He might just, be like, no, and not respond to you. But I think Nate's pretty cool. He might do that. So feel free to ask some questions in the chats. We got people watching that were in this stuff. All right, so we got that tracked. We're going to do our other eye next. And, oh, yeah, don't forget to save. That's like an important thing, I guess. Kind of, sort of. Okay, let's get this boy going. Right fill Nate. We're going to link that to right eye Nate. Now it'll track along with it. Beautiful. And his eye doesn't open until there we start to see color. So we're going to go right to here. And let's make ourselves a mask here. All right. Now, if you alt click on these, it's going to take away the curve. That's how you get those little pointy ends, the pointy bits. We got a couple of beasts in the chats. All right. So now don't forget to delete that first mask that you didn't need. I guess I can just start clicking with the pen tool. I think that's something that I got to adjust in my workflow. Don't forget to hit that mask path thing. I've done that a couple times where you go through and you start rotoscoping and you get like 15, you think like 15 things in, and then you go to play it back and it's like all in the last position. You're like, shit, I didn't hit that one damn button. Drives me insane. But yeah, we got it this time, so we're doing good. Thank you everyone for watching. This is really cool having yeah, hey, my brother's on. It's good to see you. Well, hear from you. feel free to ask anything. We're doing live edits right now on this music video. This is Nate Williams' eyeball right there, and we're rotoscoping, which is adjusting these little keyframes so that it follows the position of his eyeball. Good fun, you know? It's not tedious at all. Actually, these shots are very short. Like, they're about okay, they're only a couple seconds long each, so that makes the edit process a lot easier. I did that on purpose because I didn't want to be sitting here and showing you guys edits for 4 hours or so. I wanted to be able to talk about other things. So yeah, we're working on this stuff, and it's good to have everyone with us. Feel free to ask me anything about photo, video, whatever. If you got questions about the video, we have some of the actors actually in the oh, did I not? Yeah, see, look at, all right, I just did the thing that I was talking about. I don't have mask path selected. Dang. Okay, so we're going to go back to the spot where that actually lines up. Right there. Hit mask path. We're going to bring that back. We're going to close this down. Nope. All right, come on. Okay. Yeah. So we're you know what? I might get some get a little audio going in the background. This is a little tedious. So I'm going to get some audio going for you. I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to try and remember to unmute myself when it's done. But yeah, I'm going to get Nate's other eye tracked, and I will well, this goes over here, and I will chat with you shortly. Let's get some music from Artlist. Artlist.io, where you can find all kinds of sweet music tracks. It's a service where like, I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just want to talk about this. It's kind of cool. It's a service where they have a yearly subscription. You just pay for the year, and then you can download as many tracks as you want and actually use them in the background, which is like really, really key. All right, so we're gonna get this going. Mute myself. There we go. All right. So we are back now. We got this all mapped out. I think it's going to work pretty well. Honestly, we're not going to have to do too much to make this look convincing. Like the color of the black in this was sampled really well, so I think it's working well for both eyes. We've got our catch lights are in place. I'm going to do like an opacity ramp so that they get a little bit brighter when they come up. But there is one last little thing that we need to add on to these. And it's pretty easy to get in there, but it takes a couple steps. So I'm excited to show you this stuff. This is kind of cool. Nope, that's the other one. Okay. All right. So what do we got to do next? We have these images. All right. So this is the location where Nate was. This is a shot I took the other day. These are a little over bright. That's where Eli was. Yeah, this is where Nate was. So I'm thinking that his head was tilted a little bit back. And I don't want the trees to be super, super dark. So we're going to use this one. Okay, so we're going to drop this into our project over the fill under the specular. And we're going to copy that and we're going to paste it again. And we're going to cut these to our position. All right, so that's Alt bracket. We can actually select both of them and do that. Open brackets and then Alt close brackets. So this, I get that this is a big ol' image, right? Like it's basically like a 4K image. It's 4,000 pixels by 6,000. I guess that'd be like 6K image. So we're gonna scroll these down. Where are they? I'm gonna turn the one off because we're gonna just double the one. So I'm gonna go to transform. Hey, Disguised TV, thank you, appreciate it. We're working on After Effects right now. We're making a video that has the Witcher special effects in there. It's themed after the Witcher. If you've seen the Netflix series or played the video games, we are currently working on getting some eye special effects tracked in and working well for us. All right, so we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna add an effect here. We're gonna go into our effects. That's gonna be Sphere Eyes. CC Sphere, I think, is the one that we used. Drop that effect on there. All right, so basically what it does is that turns that image into a little ball. So we're going to use that to emulate an eyeball. All right. Raise the radius a little bit. All right, and we're going to have to parent these. So let's do the right eye first. This is going to be right eye Nate. Just that eye. So we're gonna layer it basically right on top of his eye, and then we're gonna figure out. So that's actually where the light's coming from too. That's good. Okay. We're gonna figure out the proper size that would be about the size of his eyeball. And what I typically do is, if you can see these parts of the eye, like the bags underneath and the kind of arc over top, it's about double the width of the eye on either side, which ends up being about the size of like where that bottom mark is and where that top mark is. When doing like figure drawings in art and stuff, that's the typical sort of formula. There's also another one where you do, like, if you're doing someone straight on direct shot, you should be able to have 5 eyes across. So there's one in between your eyes, and then 2 more to the outside, and that gets you to the side of your face. It's all, human formula, and obviously people are different, but that's a good way to sell the effect and make it look realistic. All right, so I think that's pretty good. And now, all right, so here's what we have to do. So that was, we parented the object to Nate's eye, but we need to make sure that it's only within the cutout that we made. So that's, it's just floating through space. Nate's got a weird little monocle right now, basically. So here's what we do. We're going to take, this is his right eye. We're going to take right eye fill. We're going to copy it. We're going to paste it above him. And, okay, hold on. We got to paste it in the same place. Okay, right eye fill. Take it back to that spot. We're going to copy. Here. Boom, we're going to paste. It's still not in the right spot. Interesting. Okay, so why is that? Oh, yeah, okay. All right, so we do this. Keep forgetting here. Right eye fill goes to right eye Nate 2. Transform. We're going to move this into position. There we go. That should be basically the spot. We're going to make that, we're going to mute that track. It's going to, we're not going to make it see it visible anymore. And then we're going to take this, our little ball here, which might end up moving over a little bit more. Or actually, I think that's Nate's eye that needs to move over a little bit more. Let's do this. Let's take this off first. And yeah, okay, we're pretty darn close. Let's see if we can get these exactly in the same spot. Hey, thank you for hosting. This is really cool. Having people on different platforms. We're streaming on Twitch, on Facebook, and on YouTube right now. Feel free to chat with us from any one of those channels. We get your messages right up here. We'd love it if you subscribed on YouTube. We've been trying to get that channel up to snuff. Get it really going there. Let's see. All right, so the transform, that's what we're looking for. Close the mask out. Negative 469.8. All right, so let's put in these exact values just so we know that they're right on top of each other and there's no difference between these masks. Realistically, I should have just had it from the original position, not adjusted the actual position of the mask. This is just me not, knowing the best workflows. So don't necessarily follow my workflow. If you have better workflows that you know of, definitely add them in the chat. I would love to hear about them. I'm always interested in hearing about people's like how they do things and the differences between, your edits and my edits and why they're different, all that stuff. It's great. Super nerdy. 0.6, enter. Alrighty, so those are in the same spot now. That's what we had to get lined up. And that's what ends up happening when you don't do things the exact right way, or if you're not super knowledgeable, you just do, it takes you longer to get there. But this is looking good now. All right, so that's following right along. Sweet. All right, we're going to show this ball back up. All righty, now that's right over where we want it. We're going to move that just a touch. There we go. That's more what we want. A little bit down. Think that'll do it. Yeah, that looks like it. Okay. All right. So now what we do is, because this layer is, you can't see it, we're just going to use the outline of it. So we're going to do this. It's called a track matte. Alpha matte right fill Nate 4. Boom. And so it's just that interior area. Obviously, we need to lower the opacity on this big time. Pick that up to T. Bring it down to about 10%, I think is where I had it. And we'll check the other ones. I'm going to rename this, actually. Reflection right. Nate. I'm going to say Nate 2 just because this is shot 2 of Nate. All right, so that's reflection right. We're going to copy this. We're going to do another one over the left. That pasted it into the same spot. So we need to, here we go. Left fill Nate. Or is it I? Yeah, left fill Nate. Copy. Alrighty. And then that is V on top of there. You can see how getting everything organized is one of the most difficult parts. Like just getting everything in the right spot, in the right. It's nuts. All right, left fill goes to left eye Nate. That also goes to left eye Nate. That one goes to there. Okay. So let's get left fill Nate and left fill Nate perfectly aligned. Transform and transform. Position negative 192, 194.2. And 200.3. Alrighty. Okay, so that's in place. This one needs to stay. This one does that thing. Okay, cool. So we have those in the right spot. And that one's covering, but we're going to need to move this. All right, so we're going to turn off alpha. No track mat. We're going to transform this. We're going to move it over. Hey, thank you, another host raffle. Sweet. Ashley, you're kicking butt back there. We're going to rename this to left. That was just the copy, so we're going to make sure that that's in the right spot. We're going to do nope. Rename left 2, because that's for shot 2. Got to make sure that you're looking at the right stuff. All right, so we're going to move the position of this over. It's already tracked to that left eye, so we're going to get it in the spot that we think is going to work. We need this moved a little bit more. A little left, a little up, up. I think that's about it right there. Okay, and now track mat, alpha fill, Nate left. Alrighty. And we can adjust the opacity so that they only show up when it's, when those eyes are opening and all that stuff. But now we have those reflections. I'm going to add a little bit of Gaussian blur to both of those. Pop it on this one. We're going to do 50. Oh, we're going to need even more than that. Oh, wait, no. Okay, that's the... Yeah, 50 is about what we want. We're going to drop that same effect. We're going to copy it right onto this reflection. Boom. Okay, so that just blurs out those trees in the background a little bit. Looks great. And then we're also going to do match grain. Okay, so here's where we start getting like complicated areas here. We're gonna have to match the grain here. I gotta figure out whether that's on that effect or on the actual fill. Roughen edges, echo, and match grain. Yeah, so that's gonna be on the actual right fill, left fill. Close these down. Okay, so we're going to add that. Adds our matched grain. Left fill. Add that. Adds our matched grain. So that that right side is obviously a little too bright, and also our masks need to be feathered just a bit. What I was finding is that one pixel was working decently for me. We might need 2 because this is a super close up. Let's see what actually looks good. Yeah, that's not affecting what I want it to affect. Okay, so that's obviously not the control that I'm looking for. Okay, right fill. Nope, that's the right eye. I don't think I even need those visible, do I? All right. So anyone who's just joined in, we're doing After Effects tutorials here. I'm working on one that's a Witcher eye effect. We shot a music video here. It's a cover song of Toss a Coin to Your Witcher. And in my opinion, it's coming out freaking great. Guys over at King Studios did a great job of putting that track together. And is that's still not, nope, that's still not the effect that I want. Right? Yeah. We're gonna have to put Gaussian on here too. Wait, no, we already have that. Okay, we already have that. That's what we gotta do. Okay, figuring out what I gotta do here. Gaussian blur, drop it on this boy. Or wait, no, we can just do mask. Yeah, here we go. Okay. That's it. Yeah, all right. That's what I needed. So I'm bringing that down to 1, and then that's going to give us enough blur on his eyeball to make that work well. Basically, we're working on this Witcher eye effect tutorial. I'm going to copy the thing into the chat. If you're a video editor or anything like that, this is a cool tutorial. They got some really sweet effects in there, and I'm going to be getting up to them very shortly. Okay. But I'm going to show you the way that they make the tendrils go through the... no, actually, we did it on the last one. For those of you who haven't seen, you'll see it earlier in the video. We're going to go through a little bit later on, and we're going to do an actual playthrough of the whole video. You're going to see the entire thing with all the special effects embedded. Because this is the last 2 that we really need to do. Excuse me. Alrighty. So, what are we doing here? We're doing not that one, not that one. This one. Masks. We're going to bring this. We're going to feather that just by 1 pixel. Make that a little bit more fitting in that shot, and like that already looks pretty good. That right eye is obviously just too bright. I think that we can affect that pretty easily though. There we go. Reflection in the right eye. We could bring that down. We could also do like an overlay. Do I have those overlaid? Okay, the fills are overlaid. So let's go to here. Left fill, overlay. Right fill, overlay. Oh, that's way too dark on that one. Yeah, that right eye was fitting really well. Our left eye is not working, or the right eye is not working well. So what I think that we're going to have to do is just lower our opacity here. That's working a little bit. Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. Kevin has a pretty sweet part that we're going to be showing off, too. We did a special effect with... all right, we're going to affect the opacity of this reflection. That's what we're going to do. We did a special effect with... which typically is just done with... there it is. All right, so it's typically done in time-lapse photography, but what we did is we used there we go. That's much better. All right, so that's what we're looking at. I think that's pretty good. Reflection, we're going to do the reflection in his left eye a little bit brighter so that they're a little better matched. So this special effect that we did with Kevin is typically done in time-lapse photography, where you'll set a camera on a tripod and then someone takes a wire whisk on a chain with steel wool. With steel wool in there, and you light it on fire, and you start swinging the whisk around, and you end up getting these showers of sparks everywhere, and it gives you this really cool kind of like circle of fire. It looks like. What we did is we did that with video. We shot it in slow motion so that we could slow it down and get some really cool footage at 1/5 speed, which is slowing something down to 20%. And you'll get to see how that looks in this video. We've got it coming up here at the end when we're going to do the playthrough of all these effects. All right. Nope. There we go. That's the reflection. The right fill. Why is this it seems to be showing up kind of like it's not filling out the background of his eye. Huh. Okay. Let's take a look here at the effects that we got going on. Oh, is it possibly from Gaussian blur? Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, I put Gaussian blur on the wrong thing. My bad. Let's cut that out. That should be on the reflection. Nope. Effects. Yep, that's got Gaussian blur on it. Okay, so what happened here? I think I didn't feather the mask. That's it. Okay, so nope, that's the same thing that I figured out before was not the case. Okay. Reflection, right fill here. So why is it My question here is, why am I seeing his eyeball through there? Like it's there's way too much like normal eye going on. Here's something that we could do. Go into the sphere eyes. Here we go. And we can offset it, or we can adjust the light. We'll do that. Yeah, see, when we lower that down, it just goes blank. So there's something that I'm missing on this side. That's right, buddy. Glorb time. That's a little code you might hear if you ever watch King Studios do some streams. We might do some streams with them. very soon, which would be a lot of fun. All right, so I gotta figure out what's going on here. Right fill. Okay, so right fill is here. Opacity's at 100%. Cheers, buddy. It's not because your eyes are dark, Nate. It's because there's a layer behind this reflection that I'm adding to your eyes that should be activated that for some reason is not. I'm trying to figure out what is going on, really, and can't quite figure it out. Musk feather. All right, so let's just start comparing things. Right fill Nate visible, left fill Nate visible. Okay, mask 0, 0, 100%, 100%. Expansions there. Positions are different, but that's to be expected. Opacity is all the same. Okay, so it's not quite those. Let's check the reflections. Okay, Gaussian blur is at 50. Gaussian blur is at 75 on this one. Alrighty. Position, scale, and opacity. Opacity is different. Scale, position's different. That's to be expected. Blurriness is the same. Our light settings are going to be different, like our light intensity and whatnot. This is Nate's other eye. I'm gonna keep that at 100. That all looks good on the left side, but I'm losing some color here. It's just a matter of time before I figure it out though, so that's not a big deal. Boom. I feel like there's gonna be one of these that has like an effect turned off or. All right. Well, I'm going to keep working on these. I'm going to play some music in the background, and we're going to...
You're going to be hosted next.
Oh.
Host.
Sweet. Okay. Well, we just got a host going, so you know what? I'm going to keep chatting to you. All right. In a couple minutes, maybe? Okay. Sweet. Ashley's doing some kick-ass work back there. Getting us all hosted and whatnot. Right, Phil, Nate, one. Right eye, alpha. Left reflection, alpha. Those are all normal. These are all normal. Oh, you know what? There's a difference between these two. That should be invisible. And, okay, so left fill and right fill. What's the difference here? One of these things is not like the other. Hostess devil dogs. Ay. Get it? It's a tasty. No, that's not a tasty cake. That's a different brand name. Okay.
This would be the brand name.
Hostess with the mostesses. That's why. All right, so that's the problem. I had Gaussian blur on the thing that I wasn't supposed to have Gaussian blur on. Wow. All right, finally found it. Let's get that out of there. All right, so this is what this shot looks like right now. This needs a little bit more opacity on that left side. Like, it's just a little bit too bright. I think I can lower the intensity of that reflection, that right side reflection. And that might take care of our problem. Or you know what? No, we're gonna keep our intensity up, and then we're gonna lower. Where is it? Shading. Ambient. All right, we're going to keep our ambient really low then, because I think it looks better like that. And then the edge of that is that blurred or is it not? That looks pretty good. Needs to be a little tiny bit darker. I think I can do that with bring that down, and then the left reflection. Bring that down. I wonder if changing the reflections on these to a different overlay. Yeah, it definitely darkens them. And then I might be able to bring them up and get more detail back in the actual, like what's going on in the eye. Yeah, like there. And let's try. There. Let's bring it down to 20, and then I can up the effects here on the light intensity and whatnot. Yeah, that I think is gonna look a lot better. Okay, so let's affect sphere on the other one. Let's bring up ambient just a little bit. Let's get more of a reflection, and then there. All right, so I think we're getting there with this. Like it's starting to look pretty legit. Yeah, I like that a lot. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna save that. Whew. All right, we're getting there, man. It's like you gotta slog through a little bit, but it gets there. That's for sure. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna close this. Thank goodness we're not doing the whole extra effect on the that eye. So we're gonna move that over. We're gonna move our playhead so that we're right here at this shot. Now we need to make sure that Nate's eyes are blacked out in this. That's really all that we have to do. I think I have it. Let's take a look at our mask paths here. Yeah, okay, so I have them up to about here. Whew. All right, so I might be able to show you some of the tracking stuff, but so all right, let's look at this at full resolution, first of all. So that's where our shot is going to be. So before this point, we don't really see Nate's eyes. Like I don't think it's going to be. Don't think it's going to be enough detail to really make a huge difference. I don't want to leave it out if it still looks bad, but I think here is where we're really going to see stuff. So that's our left eye track down here. Okay. That's right. Okay. So we're going to get these. Nope. Track 2. Left eye. Right eye. Track 2. Right eye. Alrighty. We'll go here. We'll start with the left fill. So that's this left eye right here. Bada boom. Bada boom. Okay, so look at that. Look at that nice track. It's staying right on that eyeball. We're going to have to move it every now and then. No, come on. Not a huge deal. Boom. Move it a couple. See if it's still on. Nope. Jesus, come on. There we go. All right, select those. We're going to have to move these a little bit because his eye is slowly starting to get bigger because we're getting closer to him. So we're going to bring these down, bring this down. Okay, now we're going to go back one, see if we're still on par there. Yep, those still seem pretty good. Just this a little. Oh, crap. Okay. Hey, remember that thing that I said before that you shouldn't forget to do? That I forget to do pretty often? Yeah, I did it again. Mask path. Okay, cool. Let's move it back. I think there was where we were getting out of sync. Yep. Move that over. Move it over again. Yeah, I do. Good Lord. But I'm going to be a good boy, and I'm not going to do that on stream. All right, here we go. Tighten that up just a touch. Okay, so we're staying on. We're staying on. Let's make sure that these internal ones are good to go. Move that up. That one is not on. Move that over. And then I should be back for this guy. Beautiful. Okay. That is on the eye. That just got much bigger. So let's move. Deselect all of these. Let's move this one back. A little more almond shape. That should work. Move it a couple spaces again. Here we're already falling off track. This one's going to be a little weird just because it's there's obviously a sword poking into there. There's like things moving across the eye. So we're going to go back. We're going to make sure that this one's good. All right, that one's good. I'm just going to move one slightly so that there's a keyframe on that spot. That's going to save our spot there. And then when it comes to this, we're going to go like that. So we're going to do a little weird shape for that one. And for the next one, it is non-existent, so we can just cut that spot. So we're going to go here, Alt. There we go. We'll bookend it there. All right, now you know what? We'll just power it through. I'll turn the opacity. I'll affect that through opacity. You can just make it, you know, invisible for one shot, and then it'll be fine. Go here. All right, let's make these adjustments again. Back down to the corner of the eye. This one comes up here. The pen tool that we need to do that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. All right. V, so it can only be on one of them. There we go. Okay, back in business, people. Oh. Streaming co-op, thank you. Appreciate the share. Ashley's been working hard in the background, getting us on these hosts, and I really appreciate it. We are currently working on a Witcher themed music video. It's a cover song by Visionary, produced by King Studios, and they've been working really hard on this track. They got some awesome stuff coming out, and we're gonna be previewing that in a couple minutes. I'm just getting these tracking points all done so that we can get Nate's eyes Witcher-fied, basically. Here we are. This should be the last one for that. Yeah, that's the last part of the sequence. Just open that up a touch. All right, and now we should be able to, yeah, sweet, we can turn on that mask. All right, so now we'll see as it goes through. Oh yeah, we gotta affect the opacity here, which is T on your keyboard. Actually, we don't need 100% there. We need 100% here, and 100% here. And we need 0 here. Boom. So that goes away during that one little portion as it moves across his eye. Nate, that's yeah. That's you're squinting your eyes like this. We got heavy top light like I have right now. And yeah, that's all showing up. But it looks cool, man. It's looking real good. Sweet. Okay, so that is what we want. That is what we want. Looks great. This left fill, we're gonna have to put Gaussian blur in there. I believe that's where we put it. Wait, no, that's not where we put it. That was specifically not where we put it. What we do is we take this mask, we add a pixel of feather to it, and it starts to fit in a whole lot better. It's just sort of falling out of place there for a second. All right, sort of falls out of place there for a second too. So let's move this in. get on this guy. Get that up. Let's see if this fits better now. Whew, that's aggressive. All right, so that looks pretty cool. We're going to have to get speculars on there. So we're going to move this one. Nope. We're going to move this guy over. Speculars are sort of shaped like that in this shot. Little sort of almond shapes, and we're going to lower the opacity on these a whole lot. Let's form probably about there. Yeah, that looks about right. Alrighty, specular, we're going to track this to left eye. Yeah, that's the, I believe that's the lowest one. Yeah, left eye Nate. Sweet. Okay, so that follows along. That's what we're looking for. And then when we have the fill on there, yep, that gives us that that little catch light, which is, that's really all that we're going to need with this one because it's so fast. Boom. Like that's basically going to do the job. All right, so we're going to track this other one to the other eye. That's right, we got to do our right eye fill first. Okay, here we're going to need, let's just finish this one up. One more to the right. Let's go to opacity. We're going to keyframe that. Then here we're going to make it 0. So that's just easy. It just takes it out for the beginning part. I'm going to have to go back and track those other parts in. These are a little rough just because it's like it doesn't give us a lot of tracking data, but I'll get that pumped in there and then we'll get those effects up later tonight. Yeah, okay. So we got the Visionary YouTube channel. If you want to go check out some other stuff that Visionary's been working on, YouTube. Here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Check them out. So Visionary is the band that did the cover for this song. They wrote that song and King Studios produced it. I think it came out great. I can't wait to share it with you. We shared it 2 weeks ago on Sunday on a stream. But we're going to be, here we go. We're going to be playing it again in a few minutes. And I really want you to hear it because I think it's pretty dope. Let's get this. Excuse me. Specula 12. Let's get this up and placed here. All right, so get that opacity, turn it way the heck down. That looks pretty good to me. Might need a little bit more, maybe like 12% or so. I think that'll be good. And that tracks to the right eye. So now let's see if that, yep, that follows the tracking motion. Here we're going to have to add in 0 opacity. So we'll go 1 to the right, mark it, 1 to the left. We're going to do this, bring it back. That's going to give us our keyframe. Here, we're going to go to 0. All right, so that way we don't have eyeballs showing up over our over Nate's arms. That would not look accurate. Okay. Move back here. Whew, lots of moving around, making things happen. All right, here. Nate, looks like you're looking in 2 different directions here. All right, so we're gonna get this this right fill all masked. Yeah, that's mapped to the right eye. Yeah. Alrighty. Thank you again, everyone who's been watching this stream. I really appreciate you tuning in. These producers logs I'm going to be doing every Sunday, unless I'm busy with work or off traveling or something like that. But I'm going to do my best to hop on and update and talk about what I've been doing. Do some how-tos like this, like just kind of walking through the process of doing certain edits or special effects. And also talking about gear. Like earlier today, we talked about Cayer Tripods and Monopods. We got some right here. Show those off a little bit, and I'll be making some highlights and showing those off in the YouTube channel as well. If you're interested in gear, that's where our reviews are going to be going. And for now, yeah, we're gonna work on these. We're gonna get this right fill all done up. Alrighty, let's get this eye. All circled up there. Okay. Thank you for following, Dennis. Appreciate it. It's great to have people on the actual stream. Both on Twitch and on Facebook and on YouTube. We've got people chatting in from all different directions, and it's great to have that kind of involvement. If you follow on Twitch, we are also going to be doing some video gaming. Like we might do a gaming stream tonight. Who knows? We can have some fun. In the future, I'm going to be doing some streams with my buddies on, like, we're going to be joining King Studios actually in the studio sometimes. We're going to be joining Kevin, who is another one of our Witchers in this short. Oh crap! I did it again. Mask Path. Wow. All right. Beautiful. So we're gonna be joining Kevin as he makes arms and armor. He is a smith, and he does all kinds of stuff like that, which is really fun to work with him on. That's what gave us the ability to do this project right here. Actually, he was a huge part of that. We're gonna just mark the mask there. There we go. Give us another keyframe. Looks like it sticks along pretty well. All right. So now that we're masking this path, yeah. So we're gonna be making stuff with Kevin. We're gonna be doing some forge days and some combat days and doing some HEMA SCA type combat with armor and medieval weapons and all that jazz. I can't wait to do it. Honestly, Kevin, I think it's gonna be a whole lot of fun. I mean, you do that stuff all the time. So, but yeah, we're going to be joining Kevin. That's going to be sweet. This eye doesn't quite look right now. The left eye. There we go. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, and in the future, we're also going to do some work with Nate. That I'm pretty excited about because I think that we're going to do some live beat making stuff. We're going to do some like we might even live stream some like rap battles with him. I don't know. It depends what he's got planned and what we can achieve. But there's lots of cool stuff that we're going to be doing on this channel. We love to have you involved and love to have people following. If you want to follow even more, if you want to support the stream, there's a YouTube channel you can go and subscribe to. There is a little donation link in the bottom. Everything that gets donated to this channel is going to go directly back into it. So we're just going to show off more of the cool people that we've been working with. We're going to be going different places and doing streams from different spots. And we might even start streaming the podcast. There is the FCMG podcast, which is a podcast where I chat with creative professionals around the Lehigh Valley and all around, really. But I've talked to Harley Newman, who's a sideshow guy. I've talked to Nate, who does rapping and beat production. We've had some really interesting people on there, and I would love to hear your feedback on the episodes. So yeah, definitely go check those out. This is going to be an odd one here. So we're going to have to cut this in half. All right, so when you're rotoscoping like this, sometimes your subject gets blocked. We can do that with an opacity change. That's fine. But here, so we're gonna have to do something a little bit odd with this. So I'm just gonna move one of those a touch just to give us a keyframe there, and then here we're gonna have to basically go like this. So you map those sections. Boom, beautiful, just like that. Awesome. Hey, we just reached 100 messages today with Restream Chat. So thank you everyone for chatting in. It's been great having you in this stream, and we're going to be doing this on Sundays. Every Sunday. Starting at noon, we'll be doing these streams, and hopefully we'll have you in the chats. It's really good having all these people join in and chat with us and help us do this work. If you are a video editor or photographer, or you work with media in any way, if you have a different or better workflow for the things that we're working on, I want to hear from you. I want to know what your advice is, because Lord knows I'm not doing this the most efficient way. I followed an After Effects tutorial. You can find it in the chat if you scroll way up, or if you just joined us, you'll be able to see it in the recorded version. But yeah, I don't think that I'm doing this the most efficient way. I just think that this is the way that I know I can get it done, and damn it, that's what we're gonna do. We gotta move back to that other one. It's not quite perfect here. Pull this up. Again, big thanks to Ashley, who's I believe FCMG_Ashley. Yeah, on Twitch. She's been running the moderation over here. She's been doing our chats and all that stuff, and it's a huge help for us. Well, for me to have that going on. I'm talking like Gollum today.
It's huge help for us.
All right, so we got our eyeballs tracked. That is obviously not where that eyeball belongs. We got to map the opacity. All right, so that's what we're going to do with this one right now. We're going to work on the opacity. Bam. T opens up opacity. Let's do this and that. So we will mark it here. That one's obviously going to be blank. And then we'll mark it here. We'll drop that all the way down for there. Beautiful. All right, so that works. All right, yeah, so I got to go back in, and I'm going to have to mask this stuff. So that's at 100%. That's where we want that. And then this boy goes down to 0. All right, so far, that's what we're looking at. This section right here, I think it's just a little too visible that we can see Nate's eyes. I might be able to do that by tracking back. I didn't want to have to go back and do more of that, but I guess that's going to be the case. All right. So before I go messing anything up, I don't know what I'm going to like. I've got a couple more little tweaks and edits to add to these, but I like what it's looking like right now. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm actually going to bring up Premiere Pro. We're going to watch through it, but I'm going to have to do a render beforehand. So let's get this saved, closed, We're going to bring up Premiere. That's not Premiere. Okay, close that window. Premiere Pro. All right, so this is going to take a few minutes to open up. Prelude. We don't need that right now. Exit. Okay. Let's keep on moving. Toss a coin to your Witcher. Open this up 2 hours ago. Give a little watch through. All right, but we're going to do a render here. Render entire work area. And as that's rendering, I'm going to pop over here. We're going to go into we're going to watch that render. Yes, I know. And then I'm going to hit the bathroom really quick. So we're going to leave you with a little song. I'm going to start this one over, and I will be back. Alrighty, so we're back on. This thing's just finishing up rendering. Got about 20 seconds left. Then we get to watch this thing through. Make sure to share this stream, get some other people watching if you want to have them see this for the first time. This is going to be will be on the recorded version, so you can come back here and watch it. Whoa there. Hold your horses. But yeah, we're gonna get this ball rolling in a few seconds. Alrighty, so I'm gonna make this as big as possible. I'm gonna do this for you. Okay, we're gonna blow this window up as much as I can, and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have that screen. I'm gonna put this one over here. Woo, organization. Alrighty. So, in our timeline here, and we are going to get this ball on the road. Give me a little comment if you're ready to get started, because I want to make sure that everyone's here for this. You know, this is an important, momentous occasion. Alrighty. Here we are. Just about ready to watch this preview. All right. Just about ready. Just about ready. Just making sure everyone's on board. All right, we got the message out. Here goes. Ash is going to watch too. Here we go. All right, so in here. Let's give it a shot.
When a humble bard graced right along with Geralt of Rivia, along came this song. From when the White Wolf fought a silver-tongued devil, his army of elves at his hooves did they revel. They came after me with masterful deceits, broke down my lute and they kicked in my teeth, while the devil's horns minced our tender meat, and so cried the Witcher, he can't be bleed. Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh Valley of Plenty, oh Valley of Plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh Valley of Plenty. At the edge of the world, fight the mighty horde that bashes and breaks you and brings you to mourn. He thrust every elf far back on the shelf, high up on the mountain from whence it came. Oh, he wiped out your past, got kicked in his chest. He's a friend of humanity, so give him a rest. That's my epic tale. Our champion prevailed, defeated the villain. Now pour him to me.
Heck yeah. All right. I think that looks pretty cool.
Awesome.
What do y'all think out there? Let us know in the comments. Let us know if it looks like it's done. You know, 'cause I just got like a couple more little tiny things to pop in there, and I feel like I'm feeling pretty good about that. There's some little tiny fine tuning bits and pieces, but otherwise I don't know. What do you think, Ashley?
I think it looks freaking awesome. Yay!
Oh, hey, look, it's Nate getting his coins. I forgot that was there.
Is that part of the video?
No, that's footage that I wanted to use, but we just didn't have enough time.
Ah.
That's great. I legitimately did not realize that was there. But yeah, tons of great stuff. These guys did great work. Whoa, that's really loud. These guys did great work. There's little tiny things that I need to adjust, like there's a shot here. Yeah, right in between these. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see it now.
There. Right there. That one frame of the guy shouldn't be there. But that's an easy fix. That's just a little thing that I adjusted in the After Effects program. And so I'm just going to be able to cut that back. It's going to look fine. So besides those little tiny edits, you know, I'm feeling pretty good here. I think that this is just about done. So the song is going to be released on iTunes and Spotify, I believe. It's going to be released on iTunes and Spotify on the 14th. That's this Friday. So you'll see that at the end of this coming week. We'll have the video, I think, up at the same time, the 12th. All right, so it's coming up on the 12th, which is that still Friday? What day is it? Okay, song comes out on Wednesday. Video is going to be up to Visionary and King Studios, but I'm going to be sending that to them this week. I think it looks pretty good. We're going to get some feedback from those guys, see what they think, and yeah, we're going to get the ball rolling. We're going to get this thing out there, and I'm excited. Beautiful. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so that's basically what I wanted to get out there today. We got our project here. Make sure you save. We'll close that out, and we'll go back to here for our single shot. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate tuning in for this episode of, you know, how to post, what is it, music video post production or something like that. I forget what I even called this thing. We're going to live stream some games later tonight. That's going to be FCMG or twitch.tv/FCMG_stay. If you find us on Twitch, you'll be able to watch us play some games. You can join in too if you're friends with us on Steam. We're most likely going to be playing some Left 4 Dead, and then who knows, maybe some Witcher, some Halo. We'll see where the night takes us. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate the people who hosted. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. Subscribe there. If you're feeling really nice, there is in Twitch, there is a little donate button. All the proceeds go to this stuff. We'll be live streaming more content for you if we can. And also check us out on Patreon. Patreon.com/FCMG. We're going to be getting some rewards up there for people, doing some cool stuff for you. We have a 3D printer. We might print some things for you. All kinds of jazz. Get involved. We'll be delivering more content to you soon. And as always, thank you again for watching. Really appreciate it. We're going to wind this out with some music, which is the way that we do it around here. So yeah, we will see you. Wait. Yeah, we will see you next time. Peace.